the core Buddha discovery. The general opinion is that the aim of ascetic Siddhartha's mission was to find the root causes of dukkha, or unpleasantness. I view the seed for his mission, and the guidance he followed, stem from the Vedic concept of vimukti, which is the liberation of the soul from the cycle of birth and death. This was the very chord that struck him during his childhood education that he was exposed to at that time. Interestingly, both the tool and subject of the Buddha's research were the mind. Contrary to this soul-based belief, after arduous research that lasted 7 years, he discovered that in reality there is no soul to be found to liberate. This was discoursed to the 5 ascetics as Anatta, or non-self, in his inaugural sermon, where they accepted the concept convincingly, relinquishing their lifelong belief in the Vedic soul concept. The Anatta concept is a unique teaching not found in any other religion. The word soul, really meant in Vedic teaching as well as in other religions, is not the body or mind, but something integrating these two. To give a better idea, soul is supposed to be an immaterial entity of some form that represents an individual. In Eastern religions, the soul is subject to the cycle of birth and death, carrying the karma, while in Abrahamic religions it goes to heaven or hell depending on your devotion to the dogma. Soul goes with supporting words like spirit, energy, and flux in an effort to bring further clarity. While the Buddha denied the soul concept, he agreed that words like soul, self, and I are conventionally used for simplicity and communication. No such entities exist in ultimate reality. If you delve deep into what the Buddha found, you can realize the soul, self, or I are mere mental fabrications resulting from the feeling that the mind generates from moment to moment, associating the past experiences we store in our brain from infancy. From the moment we come to this world, we develop motor skills and learn how to think, little at a time as per the mysterious initiatives given by our genes. Strangely, there is no commander who drives this task. We love stories, and what the brain creates and remembers is a story, our life story with exciting moments and experiences. Starting with cognitive programs to make sense of signals receiving through the sensory inputs, the complexity of the thinking programs we develop accelerates after we learn a language at around the age of 12 months. Language opens doors to deposit others' ideas into our thinking algorithms, thus conditioning our psyche all the way to adulthood. This makes us biased in our decision-making. Yes. While we have developed processes to deal with physical activities, the core thinking processes we developed generate our thoughts and feelings when sensory inputs and mental inputs are processed. Mental inputs can come from others, like information from a book or a friend, from your memory, such as what you did yesterday, and even from the thought that you just produced, like a sad feeling. When you are awake, the thinking process processes both sensory and mental inputs. When you are dreaming, the thinking process processes only the inputs coming from the memory. In dreaming, the thoughts we create loop back as inputs to keep the dreaming continue. The absence of the feelings from sensors makes the dreams weird and non-realistic to an extent. When you are in deep sleep, the thinking process does not process any information, same as in a situation where you are under anesthesia for a medical condition. In these two situations, deep sleep or anesthetized, because the brain does not create any thoughts or feelings, the mental fabrication of a soul, self, or I do not really occur. When you are awake or dreaming, the thinking process creates the feeling of existence of the soul, self, and I from instant to instant. The Buddha realized this feeling only as a delusional mental fabrication. This is what the Anatta concept exposes. Thinking happens through the thinking processes we developed. Creation of the feeling of I, self, and soul is an integral part we have imbued in our thinking program to assure to create this egocentric feeling. in addition to creating thoughts, emotions, actions, and other feelings. The Noble Eightfold Path, or NEP, is the path to be followed to mitigate the dukkha generating thoughts from our thinking process. The saying simply, there is no stress in the world, only the people think stressful thoughts, sums up the purpose of Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha preached. The 8 elements address 3 areas of development from ethical, mental, and wisdom aspects. An element such as right speech combined with mindfulness is a good example to evaluate to see the effectivity of mitigating stress-creating situations if right speech is practiced as guided by the path. Understanding Anatta is not easy, but can be considered as an eventual product of the wisdom development outlined in Noble Eightfold Path that would assist to awaken the reality of our life. Thanks for watching. Created by Shelton Ranasinghe.